Yeah. Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Around, Jehovah turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final. Jehovah turns my life around. Jehovah turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final. Jehovah turns my life around. Jehovah turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final. Jehovah turns my life around. Jehovah turns around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the final say. Jehovah turns my life around. Jehovah turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Has the final say. Jehovah turns my life around. My life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Has the final say. Jehovah turns my life around. Ah, yeah. He makes a way where there seems no way. Has the final say. Jehovah turns my life around. He turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final say. Jehovah turns my life around. He turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah turns my life around. My life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final say. Jehovah turns my life around. Ah, yeah. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final say. The final say. Jehovah has the final. I say, who has the final say? Jehovah has the final. Who has the final say? Jehovah has the. Jehovah turns my life around. Jehovah turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final say. Jehovah turns my life around. My life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah turns my life around. Jehovah turns my life around. He makes a way where there seems no way. Jehovah has the final say. Who has the final say? My cross you bore, so I could live in the freedom you died for. And now my life is yours, and I will sing of your goodness forevermore. What is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. What is your name? What is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. What is your name? What is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. What is your name? What is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. What is your name, Jesus? Jesus. What is your name? What is your name, Jesus? Say what is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. What is your name? What is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. What is your name? What is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. What is your name? What is your name, Jesus? You deserve the praise. Oh God, oh God, oh God, Jesus. Jesus, you deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name. Jesus, you deserve the praise. Worthy is your name.
Hello, good people. My name is Ginger Roge, and you're watching the GNM podcast.
And I'm Jani Sangare, your co-host. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. What are we going to talk about today?
Today, we are going to talk about breaking the cycle, like education as a way out of poverty.
Yeah. I find it to be true.
Yeah, and there was a time you actually asked me. I don't know if you can remember.
Yes, I asked you, do you think, according to you, do you think education is the key to success?
It could be. The chances are high. So I actually, I wouldn't say it is the key to success, but a key to success.
Yeah, it is a factor.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's look at breaking the cycle. So theme scripture is Proverbs 4:7. So wisdom is the key principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Oh, yes. And also Isaiah 58:10. You want to read? Isaiah?
Yeah. If you spend yourselves in behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, your light will rise in the darkness.
Yes, we're talking about education as a way of breaking
the cycle
of poverty. So poverty is a cycle that can be broken. Did you know that?
Yeah, it can, of course.
There are people who just think once they're born in a poor family,
I mean, it has
their fate.
We've said these things, so we know it can happen. It can actually happen. I mean, so many people have such testimonies. Yeah.
About?
See, from getting out of that background to the kind of financial position they're in at the moment. Yeah. It's actually very much possible. I believe it.
Poverty often traps families and children in a generational pattern of lack, hopelessness, and lost opportunity. Poverty often, I believe that.
And without access to knowledge, children are denied the tools to rise above their circumstances.
Yeah, education is one of the most effective and long-term solutions to systematic poverty.
Yeah, so what ways do you think we can overcome poverty? As let me not say us because they're not kids, but let's say kids, because we've said they do stand a chance to change the cycle, but how do you think it's possible? You do think it's possible, but how?
Information is power.
It is. Knowledge is power. Yes,
knowledge is power. So the more you are knowledgeable, the more you are open, the more your mind is open to seeing things differently, seeing opportunities. For example, if you go to school and learn about, let's say maybe cooking.
Yeah.
You're taught on strategies on how to get jobs.
Market your skills.
You're taught about the market and how to get this opportunity. So information is power. So when you're learned, or when you're educated, you're able to see things differently and you're able to see those opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways of actually breaking that cycle, the poverty cycle, but there's this argument that has been going around because so many people believe that, oh, because you're educated, it doesn't mean you'll necessarily get rich or wealthy. I don't know why. I mean, back in the days, education was actually the basic thing that people thought was the bag. I think that was the time when they came up with that education is the key.
To success.
Yeah, education is the key to success. But then nowadays people are disagreeing with that and saying that just because you have your degree, just because you have your papers, it doesn't mean you'll get. Like, what's your view on that?
You see, education, as I said, education is information. You see, without education is that getting maybe a medicine degree. Without that is education. But education is just getting information about anything. When you're informed about that something, you're able to execute it. You see, right now there is so many. Right now we have the internet. So once you use the internet well, you'll be able to get informed about, like, for example, nowadays what they're calling forex. So still lazima usome what we learned in school. You can just learn about forex on the internet. You become good at it. And actually break the.
But now you see, with these arguments, people actually say that education, now they refer to education. No, they refer to the school learning.
The school system.
Yes, to the school system as education. So it's not that they're talking about forex or whatever, because most of these people who disagree with the fact that education can break that poverty cycle are these people you're calling the forex people. They're usually like, oh, you got your degree, but we are getting our cars using no degrees. So to them, education is not learning that forex or whatever. It's the school system.
Which is true. Education is not only that school system. Any getting educated, me feel like becoming educated is becoming informed. Whether it's the school system or whichever way you become informed, you become educated on something, not necessarily a school system kind of education.
Okay, but okay, my view.
What do you think?
My view on that is that people are so biased. They tend to not consider the fact that, I mean, anything is possible. Like, we're living in a world of limitless possibilities. So we can't really say that because something didn't work out for one person, it's going to be the same case for. So because nowadays there's like that tendency, lacking jobs when you have the certificates and all the qualifications. So now people tend to bring down the people who are educated. The school system. They're like, now because you got your degree does not mean you're going to run away from poverty. It's not going to help. We are just going to stay with those papers and tarmac. There's like a lot of negativity centered around education. So people in schools are actually tending to get discouraged. But I actually don't feel like it's fair, because just because you did not make it in a certain field, it does not mean other people won't make it in that field. So like, people should stop bringing down people who are educated, because at the end of the day, you choose what you love. So whatever you love is going to actually get you out of So you're not just getting educated. The key thing here is not getting educated just because you're just going to school because your parents sent you to school. You're not just going to do study medicine because your parents told you to go study medicine. Like you're studying medicine because you actually love the practice and you actually feel comfortable doing it. So you know that you're not going to treat people just because my mom placed me here, so now you're going to treat people the way you want, because in that way you're not going to achieve the ultimate success, not just financially but at a fulfillment, because you're not going to be fulfilled and you're not going to get that success that you actually want because you're not doing your work to your level best.
I have a question though on this topic on education. You see, like right now, the world is evolving, and things are changing.
Yes.
There is that system of education that we were all used to. The one you go to school is 8 years, then 4.
844.
844. Now things are changing. We have AI being introduced. Don't you think that is also education? Like, because soon hizo vitu zenye very manual work zitakuwa replaced. Those manual jobs will be replaced by AI eventually, probably. So don't you think that learning AI now is educating yourself? Do you consider that education?
Well, as someone who's not like the biggest supporter of AI,
You don't support AI.
I do not fully support AI. Okay, I do not fully support AI, and I do not like support the fact that AI can take our jobs and change everything. I do not believe that will actually happen. It will get to a point. I think it will get to a point. I mean, it's good to like equip yourself, but you know, the 8 billion or 7 billion of us cannot, the 8 billion of us cannot all learn the same thing and like be good at it, and like where will we even get jobs if all of us are learning the same thing? But like
medicine all over the world,
but not everyone though.
Yeah, it's not everyone, but there are so many people who are doing it.
I mean, yes,
you know, there's so many people who are doing. So, well, all I'm saying is AI will become something.
It's already something.
It's not yet.
Too much of something is poison. I feel like it's already enough.
I feel like it's
Don't you think?
A lot of.
No, I feel like if it evolves past that, it's gonna be a problem. Trust me.
Uncontrollable.
Yes, it's going to be a problem.
Well,
you people have not watched these movies about machine apocalypse.
Machine learning, isn't
it? The robots start taking over the world. No.
Eventually that will happen.
But I just feel like it's already enough right now. We need to like learn other things.
So you prefer like,
you mean at the end of the day, I don't want my food being cooked by a machine, a robot. I do not want my hair being done by a robot or a machine. Like, I still prefer if people just learned instead of learning AI to make work easier. Why don't you just learn how to do the job? Like,
let me ask you, would you rather wash clothes, or would you rather put clothes in a washing machine and they are washed, they are cleaned?
I would rather take them to the laundry.
Exactly, that is a washing machine.
But because personally, if I'm doing the laundry myself using a washing machine, I won't trust that it's going to clean as well as I will clean. So I will prefer washing them by myself.
I don't believe that.
No, trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
When I wash clothes using a washing machine, I have to rewash them again.
Okay, so,
Literally, I don't trust the machine. Like if your shirt had a stain here, the machine is not going to know that your shirt had a stain here, so it's
just
going to wash it normally.
yes.
So the stain might still be here after you're done. So at the end of the day, like why don't people just learn how to do these things instead?
Yeah. So anyway, on education, so you're saying even AI may be faulty at some point. So
It is faulty.
it is faulty.
It is faulty.
So anyway, let's
Education empowers the. I'm sorry.
yeah. Actually, let's go to the next point.
Yes, education empowers the mind and the spirit.
Yeah.
It's not just about literacy, it's about identity, confidence, and purpose.
Yeah.
I often hear people talk about how I wish schools didn't exist. I hate whoever created education and stuff. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, because do you realize that if education was not created, you wouldn't even think about how education is not impacting you.
I mean,
at the end of the day, it helped you get your identity to the point that you're actually like, you hear the way people say when it stops raining, you forget the use of your umbrella. It doesn't make any. Now it's bothering you. You're like now who's carrying this wet umbrella everywhere? You don't want to, but when it was raining, you just wanted it. So now that's the same case with education. Like, people have been educated, that's the rain, and then now when they're done, the education is the umbrella. So like now when they're done, they're like, I don't even need this anymore. It's not important to me. But you do realize that without the umbrella, you would not have overcome the rain.
And even in African countries, education is the reason why we have all this technology that we have right now. So we cannot always say that education is not important. It is very important, because that's all where we are right now.
Then to top it up, you add Christian education. Now you learn. Now once you've learned about machines, you've learned about catering, you've learned about your medicine stuff, whatever you're learning about, it's going to help you, yes, in life. But then when you top it up with some Christian education, learn about the Bible, learn about church, go to Sunday service, that's like the cherry on top. It's like education is the food, and then now this Christian education, learning the Bible, is the salt. The food is nice, the food might be nice, the nicest it could be, but without that salt, it's pointless. Literally, salt, it might seem like a very small aspect of the cooking, but it's actually very important, because imagine you've studied and then you combine it with praying and all that. So Romans 12 verse 2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And also Psalms 119 verse 130 says, the unfolding of your words gives light, it gives understanding to the simple. That's how important education is. Gives you light. The unfolding of your words gives light.
Let's go to the next point. Jesus valued teaching, right? So Christ was not only a healer but a teacher. He often sat with people and taught them truths that set them free. The Great Commission involves teaching all nations. Education is a reflection of God's heart to disciple and develop people holistically. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about you equip yourself to prove. Let me look for that verse. let's go to, you have your Bible?
Yeah, again.
Read Matthew 28, 19 to 20.
So go
Mm-hmm.
and make disciples,
Yeah.
teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you.
Mm. And then also Luke 4:18.
He has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor.
Yeah. So education changes families, not just individuals.
Yes.
Yeah. When one child learns, a whole family can benefit. Better health, better decision making, and even improved income. However, notice that there are people who don't comply, but whenever one of the family members excels and maybe gets a good job and all that, do you notice that every other person's life in that family changes? Like if they build their mom a good house, their parents, and then there's enough food for everyone.
Yes.
Everybody gets nice clothes. They even probably get you jobs mahali wanawak. So education not only changes individuals but also families. When
And
one
like,
person succeeds, everybody succeeds.
Yeah, and like we've seen this normal narrative of like someone getting successful.
Yeah.
Like someone is from a poor family, they study,
Yeah.
and then eventually they get successful, and then they change the life of their family.
Yeah.
They build
Life
a very
becomes
big house, a car, and everything. That's where the whole education is going to change your life narrative came from, because it happened to like so many people.
Yeah.
And then not only just education changing your lives like financially, but you could small things.
Yeah.
Like the kid could go to school and they're taught how to like wash your hands, and then they teach everyone at home. Like maybe a family that had not gotten access to education, small things, such small things. Or like maybe they're taught how to say thank you and please and whatever.
Exactly.
Or maybe they're taught language, they're taught how to speak in English, then they start speaking to the people at home in English. It's that simple.
Yeah, so educated children often grow up to support their families and communities, becoming advocates for change. You are not just helping a child, you are breaking a chain.
Yes.
So I'd like us to maybe finish with this verse, Proverbs 24, verse 5. It says, "A wise man is strong, yes, a man of knowledge increases strength." And then also Psalms 113, 7 to 8, it says, "He raises the poor from the dust to sit them with princes."
Yes.
So me, I would say, looking at all this, education is important to God, and it is His will to raise people from poor backgrounds to making them better people. We've seen people being raised from grace. From grass to grace.
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what situation you are in right now, God can move you from that state to a better state.
Once again, as long as you have faith.
Yeah, as long as you have.
You have to have faith in God for these things to work. They're not just miraculous like you have to have faith in God for all these things to work.
For sure.
Yes.
So
support kids, because every time you support the child's education or equip a school, you're not just giving knowledge by there, you're giving hope and dignity. It's not just the physical part of it. You're not just helping them get literate, you're helping them figure themselves out.
So until next time, bye.
Bye.